What's going on, guys? Just gonna do a little deck breakdown. This is Alolan Ninetails. Haven't ran it at any big events yet or anything like that, but luckily it's been doing pretty good for me. But I just wanted to put it out there just for any new players that are interested in Ninetails decks. I've done a lot of variants in them. I've done like more like aggro, but recently going defensively has really been working out for me. But before I begin, do this code card. The lens isn't there, so it's pretty clear. So yeah. All right. So first, breaking it down, pretty simple. 3 Ninetails, one baby Ninetails. Reason for that is that I used to run more of these initially, and I thought it was a good idea because nobody can really touch Ninetails if you're EX or GX unless Garbotoxin is up. So I thought that was a good idea, but ended up being really situational. So should really just focus on these. Ice Blade is good for sniping, 50, and this guy complements the snipes because, you could devolve. Most Pokemon have like 60, 70, no more than like 80. So like you do a couple flying flips, spread damage, evolve, get a couple prizes. But Blizzard is pretty good. Like I said, I ran an aggro version before with choice bands, and it was pretty good, and it would one-shot a couple things, but I would just go like back and forth, and I'd win occasionally, but I noticed defensively it worked out pretty well. So that's why I started running dumbbells and just run 4 of. So this guy, the only reason why I run one of them is just because it's mostly situational. The only good thing I like about it is that like you don't have to discard any water energy, so it's straight up 80, right? With this 160, you discard 2 water energies, which is cool because you're running aqua patches and stuff like that. So yeah, I think one of it's good. So obviously 4 full pixes. I run 3 Cocos. I ran 2 before, but you really want to start off 1 Coco. You should probably have like 1 or 2 out at all times because with Guzma, you should probably run 4. You always Guzma and then you have to retreat. So having 1 out is just perfect. So 3 Cocos, if you could get a hold of them, it's really good. 2 Lilies I think is essential for any deck nowadays. If you could get a hold of them, they're pretty expensive. Espeon just came out of nowhere. He just rose up in price because everyone's running evolution. So, I mean, you spread enough damage. If you want to go that strategy, spread enough damage and you could probably get 3 or 4 prizes all in one shot. He's new to the game. I just added him, and he complements the whole like defensive thing. His Blessings of the Deep. Anyone who has a water energy on it, heal 20. So I usually go healing either one of these. You want to be self-aware of when you're healing because you want a strong ice path, but you have to kind of play that game. Do I want to heal? Do I want to not? And another cool thing is that it's anyone who has water energy, so you could heal Coco if necessary, but most of the time you're not going to heal Coco. You're just going to heal one of these 2. And him with the dumbbells, 210 plus 40, that's 250. It's pretty hard to knock out Pokemon that has 250. So, I mean, Gardevoir has to really stretch out there to knock you out. And then if they don't knock you out, that's where you come with the Ice Path. But I'd be careful and not run that GX attack early, just because you're going to need it for late game. Like, mid to late game, but never early. So, he's pretty cool. Oranguru is another addition that's really good. He's just good for, like, anytime, honestly. Bring him out early. Because when you get at the late game, if you get N to 1, you instruct all that business. But most of the time I'm discarding so many things with the Ultra Balls and whatnot. I'm trying to get water energies in the discard early game so I can Aqua Patch and whatnot. So most of the time I'm instructing almost 8 times out of 10. So Brookle Hill is pretty important. I have 2 of them because I don't run Brigette. I just don't like the card personally. I know everyone is running them right now, running her, but I like speed decks, and I just feel like it slows me down. Probably about 7 times out of 10, I have like turn 1 4 Pokemon out either way. So Brookle Hill complements that because if I get Brookle Hill turn 1, usually go for a Vulpix right away. So there's that. Aqua Patch is a necessity in this deck because it's kind of a speed deck, so that helps out. Get your water energy. And you gotta monitor it because like you don't want to just be throwing water energies without seeing how many Aqua Patches you have in deck. You know, this is also good for like just a good search, see what you got, what you don't have. And I'm pretty sure you can't use it. Like if there's a situation where your bench is full, I don't think you can use it because you have to put somebody on your bench. But either way, most of the times this works just for a search if you can't find a Vulpix. So Aqua Patch for the speed. 4 Ultra Balls is a necessity. I ran 3 before, but I need to make room for the 3rd Coco. But 2's fine enough because it's a chance card, you know? It's like a dice roll in a sense. So 2 for more speed. 2 Field Blowers. I recommend always running more than 1 just because if you discard 1 early with the Sycamore, it's going to suck, and most of the time you're going to want to take off that Floatstone off the Garbotoxin, you know? So 4 of these, so you could load up on your Ninetails GX. Beef it up to 250. Rescue Stretcher is really important. Most of the times I've actually been using the Shuffle 3, but I mean, if necessary, you can take a Ninetails back from the grave and load it up on Vulpix. But another thing, when you're using these, if you don't remember or have read the card, it only goes on basics. So that would be Coco, Lele, all these guys, whatever. So just before you use it, don't evolve your Vulpix, because that may happen. Believe it or not, simple mistakes happen in Pokemon tournaments all the time. You just gotta roll with it. So 4 Sycamores, necessity. 4 Guzmas. Some people argue if you should run 3 or 4. I say always run 4 because honestly, 9 times out of 10, when you're about to win, you always say, oh, I got the Guzma, so I won. So 4 is good. 4 ends, same thing. Like a lot of people are doing Magical Ribbon, or they have like Twilight GX with Gardevoir. Not so much Twilight, but there's a lot of attacks that are getting people the cards that they want. So this is just straight up disruption and to get you stuff, you know? And if you get like Into 2 or Into 1, whatever, you got Rangaroo, so you're safe there. Obviously 4 DCEs. DCEs is really important for the Blizzard Edge because most of the time I have 2 water energies and I would discard the DCE for the Blizzard Edge. I run 9 water energies. Reason being is just because I had 10 because I was focusing so much on the Max Elixir, but then I realized there's enough speed with the Aqua Patches, so 9 has been working out pretty good for me. So yeah, if you like the list, if you think there's any improvements, just let me know in the comments. If you're curious about any other decks, just let me know. I'll review them just for fun. So thanks for watching. Here's another code card. Enjoy it. Bye.